of his other carries. So like he'll come in with a duel, or his second man, or like his right hand man will be like 80 carries and like that. And I'll always protect the 80 carry. Yeah.
So it looks like the picks have been locked in. Now, one thing that we got to talk about before this game gets underway is what are the win conditions for both teams
Okay,
here?
so the win condition for blue team is like blue team, they just have to wobble combo. That's basically what what they're doing. Their wave clear is pretty decent. They have the shield on Janna, and then they have like Kaylin's built over Peacemaker. Purple team, they have to like they can only for wave clear they can only use the Lissandra Q, or they might have to burn a Lucian ultimate actually. I think blue team has to be the one initiating. They have a lot of they can dive actually, because most of the damage for purple teams is AD damage. So Malphite can go full armor tank, and then can just pressure dive. Like Malphite can just hit the tower with his hands, and then if they ever try to come close or contest it, then Malphite will just ult him and just go like that. Malphite ult into Orianna ult.
I think what purple team really needs to focus on is they're pretty much just trying to catch people out of position, and they're trying to eliminate particular targets, right? If we take a look at their lineup, is that they're really just trying to disengage some of the time, or re-engage, or like whatever the case may be. But let's take a quick look at one of the opposing team's players. We took a look at SoJaded earlier on, but insert name here, one of the most prominent players on the blue team. He is always been at these tournaments. His KDA is phenomenal. Although most played, he has jungler champions under his belt. He does play a lot of mid lane. He kind of just rotates between the two, but mid lane's where his head is at, and he is also a super nice guy. You know, KDA aside, super nice guy.
I think since you mentioned that he was a jungle, since he's a jungle main, right? He basically knows like exactly when a jungler should gank his lane.
It's true.
And since he's playing AD carry this game and not jungle, you'd probably see a lot of camping at the bot lane this time. So what I would do if I was bot lane was I would have like the Rek'Sai and Malphite, even Orianna took the teleport. So you could probably see 5-man fights at bottom like really early on in the game. I want to if I was Rek'Sai, I would want to ward their jungler's blue side and just hover around the area a lot of the time.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to head into the first quarterfinal match. I think the other quarterfinal match will be running simultaneously with this one, but we will probably move on to the semifinals after this. But the quarterfinals, first of Solo Queue Legends 4, InsertNameHere's team up against SoJaded. Let's see who takes the first quarterfinal match. Both of these guys have been tearing up the group stage. And now we're about to head into this game. Both players phenomenal in their own right, and now we get to see them on the big stage at the quarterfinals. Who do you think's got this on paper, skill aside?
Skill aside, I want to say a red team is really snowball. If they ever get ahead and if they ever get like a really good initiation, I think they could win. But like it's really easy to initiate on blue side. Like I said, like if blue team ever gets the lead, and if the tanks on red team ever get behind, then if they keep going backwards, eventually whenever blue team initiates, then they can just get a super nice wombo whenever they group up into a corridor or something like that. We're just fixing the interface sizes right now. Looks like both teams are going to be doing a standard 5-point, just watching every entrance.
Okay. Sorry about that. Just had to patch up the band-aids and get the first aid kit out of the way. Both of these, like you said, both of them have fairly standard start. Rek'Sai starting on the golems, and SoJaded and his teammate. Now, what are your thoughts on giving your bot lane the creep? Because sometimes it seems like they don't give the creep. Sometimes they do give the creep. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it'll be really beneficial if blue team gets their creep. Well, like basically, okay, so they both didn't get the creeps.
Yeah.
If red team got the creep, their level 2 power spike is insane. Lucian Leona, you heard the meme already.
Yeah.
Like It's insane. Blue teams though, they can with their team they can disengage. It's like relatively safe. They don't really have a lot of like pressure or like kill pressure, but they can definitely farm really safe here. I think if I was Orianna, I would take cleanse actually because the gank pressure from like Lissandra can set up ganks so well, and Poppy Lissandra can kill Orianna really quickly. Yeah, but I think he's just trying to play really far back and just trying to go for those teleport plays. Yeah, mid and top for both teams actually took teleport, so we'll just see whoever teleports first.
I think we'll be seeing a lot of action in the bot lane. That
Yeah.
seems to be the case in
Basically,
any game really. I know that as a support main, I hate when I see 4 people bot. And I'm like, team, what are you doing? Where's the pressure?
It was like the meta like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, something like that.
And it always comes back as the meta, but that's because there's so much people in the bot lane, and you can turn like a 2v2 into a 4v2 very quickly if you teleport first, right?
So who do you think if an all-out 5v5 happened and during like the early stages of the game, who would win?
Like pre-6?
Yeah, let's say pre-6.
If it's pre-6, I'd have to give it to SoJaded's team, just because a lot of the wombo from InsertNameHere's team doesn't come until 6, right? So it only makes sense that they win the pre-6 fight. But post-6, it does seem like if there's not like a really good Monsoon, ooh, gonna have to put that on pause as they do get the gank onto double vision. Will he have to flash out of there? The 5 basketballs are around. Will that be enough? But no, I think he just chugs a potion and he's going to be A-okay.
I think if Darius
really close.
Flash auto attack, he might have actually gotten it because he had the corruption potion burning. And,
it's true.
Yeah. He also had the bonus AD that he got.
Well, I mean, like, nevertheless, he does have the advantage in the lane now, right?
Yeah,
but fortunately for Malphite, the wave is pushed up. He's going to just TP right away, try to collect that wave, and maybe he might even be able to reset the wave or freeze it properly. I don't know. Like I don't think that he's gonna have the know-how of wave control, but
basically
he should be okay. Like he just burned flash. Poppy just needs to capitalize on his flash being down to make a return to the top lane.
Yeah. So even though he didn't burn his flash this time, it's really easy to get a kill on Malphite. Like Malphite has to play safe for so long now because he knows Darius's flash is up. So I guess there's that.
Yeah.
But like any small lead that could happen right now could transition into like a huge snowball. Like if they use whatever gold any team gets from a potential snowball at the bot lane, that could just turn the whole game right there.
Ooh, really good escape from a Bracy there. Trying to get the Scuttle Crab, but Poppy locks that one in. The one thing that we haven't talked about too much is this mid lane matchup. They seem to be going back and forth with each other, but InsertNameHere, I think, will always have the better half of Renan's. I think it's just because of his skill. He's just the best player on the team, right? Whereas SoJaded is the best player on the opposing team. And
Renan's, and you mean Renan's? I mean, Renan and SoJaded are on the same team.
No, I was saying how InsertNameHere is the best player on the blue team, and then the opposing team, SoJaded in the bot lane. So Renan's is going to have a little bit of a hard time, maybe, but he seems to be going toe-to-toe. It's just they both go kind of pound for pound. But like we said, another return gank into the top lane, double vision in a little bit of trouble, gets the 5 basketballs, pushes him back into the wave, and he's going to flash for him. Not exactly sure why, and they actually don't get the kill. And Darius wastes a flash for that one. Thankfully, buying a ruby crystal and a cloth armor really paid off for young Malphite in the cut there.
Darius actually got a little bit of a unit block there while he was chasing the Malphite. I think 2 more autos would have gotten the kill off.
I think it's important to note, though, that the pressure in the top lane's got to relieve some pressure from the bot lane. As you can see, Caitlyn and Jenna are playing, recently decently aggressive, but I mean, SoJaded's got to play a little bit safer, knowing that his jungler is not going to be bot lane anytime soon.
Actually, one of the things that Leona can do is she can stun you while you're mid-dash on Caitlyn if you time it perfectly. So if this Leona is good enough to be able to do that, then I think the red team has, like, it all comes down back to the bot lane once again. I think it was really smart of InsertNameHere for blue team to play such a safe bot lane, because their main carry on the red team is SoJaded, right?
Yeah. But one thing I gotta note is that SoJaded's laner might be one of the weaker players on the team, and I think that's why they banned out the Braum, and that's why InsertNameHere banned out Braum, because I think it was a comfort pick for one of the weaker players on the team.
I see.
And also, why not throw the weaker player on the team with the best player on the team, because SoJaded knows that he can carry it 1v2.
Yeah, and he can command.
Exactly, right? Like
he's
kind of playing Warcraft 3 right now, where he's got like a bunch of units, and he's just all controlling them.
So Lissandra has way better teleport gank pressure than Orianna does, but Malphite has way better teleport gank pressure than Darius does. It's a shame that Home Guards isn't like a purchasable item in this game anymore, or else that would make it way more exciting in the bot lane. You just get it at 20 minutes now. Oh, actually looks like Malphite is doing hella deeps now.
Yeah, he's got that lifesteal mastery where he takes damage. Ooh, the dunk does come out. Flash comes out from double vision. He does have his ultimate available, but he's going to have to walk away from that one. He's taking it a little bit dangerously low, but he can chug a potion to stay alive. But the reason why he's got some good deeps is because he's got the makings of a Sunfire cape, but he's also got that mastery that takes % health. Ooh, Soeng getting stunned up by the Leona. Culling comes out. First blood going over to SoJaded, and he picks that one up clean. And he's going to go in for the second kill there. Soeng trying to walk around, flashes. The flash connects from Leona, and they get the pickup with the stun connecting. Double kill for that bot lane.
That's going to hurt a lot. That actually means that, you know, like, they're just going to keep getting punished right now unless, like, some teleport fights happen. But, like, now they don't even need a teleport. If they use their teleport to, like, if blue team uses their teleports to save their bot lane, then red team just has teleport advantage. Well, like, one person can use a teleport, and then they can even out the fight again. And then the person that didn't use teleport, which is Lissandra or Darius, can just free farm again, just because they got this big lead at bot now. Leona's going to get super tanky. She already got her Sightstone, which saves her a lot of money.
Oh my goodness. Double vision in a little bit of trouble again. The hook does come out. He might have to use his ultimate to escape. The knockup comes out from Poppy, but he just walks away. The turnaround from Rek'Sai comes around. They get the knockup onto Darius. Here comes the ultimate unstoppable force. They try to push Malphite back, but will that be enough? He falls dangerously low. Rek'Sai going to pick that one up. The TP comes in from Orianna. Rek'Sai is just trying to delay what he can. She can, rather. And the huge double kill comes out from Poppy, but Orianna picks that one up, and it's just going to be an even exchange in the top lane. Unless InsertNameHere manages to get the kill onto Renans, he's got the double buff, but it's not going to be enough. Ooh, in the bot lane, Legiona with the fancy feet gets the connecting root onto Caitlyn, but that's not going to be enough to continue the fight.
We got Darius teleporting in the top lane. He's going for a gank on the Orianna right now, overstaying.
Ooh, ultimate in the bot lane. We've got action all over the place. InsertNameHere flashes, but so does Darius. He's going to continue the chase. Huge dunk comes out from Ignis, but Rek'Sai in the bot lane. They're going to continue the fight on the other side of the map. The ult comes out, connect, but doesn't pick it up. Abrasi cleans that one up off the floor. Janitor duties on site, and SoJaded going to get out of that one. Unless the dive connects, he gets the knockup, but not enough damage goes out onto Lucian.
Yeah, SoJaded does end up using both of the summoner spells. I don't think he had to use the heal at the end there. Darius has double buffs right now, so basically, yeah, if he lands one auto, he's just gonna burn you and like just keep chasing you. He's so fast right now. So one of the strategies that Darius players do, I play a little bit of Darius myself when I'm forced to play top lane, is when you're farming the wave and you use your Q to poke or harass or something like that, if you manage to get a kill, like a kill on a minion in there, you get like 60 movement speed. So after that point, you just get your W, right? Then the enemy top laner has to use an escape move, right? But then when they use their escape move and you're like, since they're still slow, especially since you have red buff right now, you have double buff on Darius right now. Like, holy cow, that's amazing.
Let's slow down.
And then you
hey, you sound way too excited right now. Jesus, slow down, kid.
Yeah.
Slow down. You're talking way
go.
too fast. But no, I get you. And especially with the Phage, he's just on steroids right now. He's just.
The CS is gonna.
Tony, I think we need to do a drug test on Darius. Like I think something's wrong here. So far, the game has been kind of going back and forth here. SoJaded's team does have a 1K gold lead, but you know what? To be frank with you, that doesn't mean a whole lot at the moment. As we start progressing into later stages of the game, that will probably mean a lot more to SoJaded's team. But since we're so early on and nobody has their first item, we'll see what happens as we progress. So far, InsertNameHere has been doing fine. Junglers both doing really well for themselves, but I think if that's the particular case of how this game will play out, we need to look at the junglers for the rest of the game and see where they decide to pressure.
It looks like Rek'Sai is winning. He has like 3 kill participation, and he has 20 CS up, which is unusual. You don't usually see that as much. You usually see the people who have less kill participation have more farm. You know, blue team's bot lane just had a lot of time to free farm here.
But they're still losing in CS because they don't have the pressure. Leona's been playing phenomenal with her zoning tools that she does have available to herself. Yeah. And that's surprising because, you know, here I am sitting talking about the weakest player on the team, and he's doing fairly well.
I think one of the biggest things that this Janna needs to be doing is to be able to cue the Leona dash.
Looks like they want this dragon. Red team assembles
Blue could go
in the
here.
pit. Rek'Sai on the other side of the dragon, and it doesn't get stolen. Red team picks that one up.
It's close.
Was fairly close. Rek'Sai uses her ultimate to get to the bottom side of the map. Red buff available, so she'll pick that one up and then maybe head down bot if it's possible. There are pink wards across the bot side of the map, but we'll see if Rek'Sai decides to gank that ball. And they are overextending just not enough, but you know they're almost at that halfway point. And Rek'Sai is waiting in the wings. If Leona plays a little bit aggressive, she might.
It. I think they know.
Yeah, Janna's just playing way too aggressive. That's one of the mistakes that I used to make when I first started playing support. I would kind of walk up a little bit too much, you know, assuming that the jungler was there. And sometimes the jungler would already be at red buff, and I'd be like, "Dude, like, where'd you go? Like, I just engaged. Like, what are you doing?"
So,
but a pause did come out, so we are back to our lovely faces.
One of the things about blue team and like red team having Lissandra is that when you have one person doing well, which is just the Orianna right now, if Lissandra can just throw her body onto the Orianna and just like use all of her CC on her, then and no one else can do anything, then that's like one of the things that you need to make sure basically that your Caitlyn is doing well as well.
Well, we are back into the game. Both teams have come back from a pause. Nothing has happened as of yet, but both teams are kind of like in this standstill moment. I will say, though, in the next couple of minutes, I do think we'll see some action. Poppy and Darius in the top lane, bullying this guy to, you know, like he's going to need some counseling after this game. He's being constantly pressured. He went home, told his mom, I'm being bullied, but she's not going to tell the principal. Taking the ward out of that top lane. Poppy doing a great job of vision control.
Him even more. Like he has like no wards anywhere. They have a pink ward
everywhere
in both top lane bushes. Yeah. So Malphite, like just expect Malphite to have like very minimal CS this game.
You know, it's not a bad thing, but as Malphite, you can do a whole lot with a whole little because of your ultimate. And he did land a 2% ultimate, right? So far, 1 for 1. He will lose this turret in the near future, which sucks because that means that he's going to have to group, right? It's either he farms or he groups, and I think he's going to choose to group because his team is going to need the pressure. Look, there are already 4 people mid lane. What does he need to do? He needs to give up his turret. I would give up the turret, but I think he's just going to farm. Well, and look at this. They engage onto the mid lane. Renins uses her ultimate, but InsertNameHere whiffs the shockwave. And that's going to be tight. That's going to be tight. SoJaded, Pops is calling just to poke him out a little bit, but I think they're happy with losing, with just letting InsertNameHere waste his shockwave, because now they can pressure any lane that they want, right? With InsertNameHere, their main carry, not in like a really comfortable spot without his ultimate.
Well, they tried to do that dive thing where Lissandra throws her body onto the Orianna, but then they didn't expect the Rek'Sai to beat her, so then they just disengaged. Yeah. They don't get blue team's tower in the end, and it looks like they just go back to playing standard. Yeah, I think it would be wise for Malphite to group early right now once his tower is gone. Oh, his tower is gone. So yeah, so he should just group earlier. There's you see the like the perfect vision control coming out from SoJaded's team. Actually, they have wards everywhere where they need to be. If like Dragon's not up, then you don't need to have like a lot of vision control there. You just have to have like minimal, so your bot lane when they do go there to farm again, they can just apply the pressure there. And if you apply pressure, oh, here we go. Malphite.
Ooh, baby.
Double
the ultimate
teleport.
from Rek'Sai and the ultimate. Oh my god, SoJaded flashes out of that one. Teleport coming in from Darius, but their main target right now is Leona. TP coming in from Lissandra. Orianna in a little bit of trouble, but the heal comes out and the shield. They're going to continue to chase. Monsoon comes out from Janna, but the knockup from Poppy is going to interrupt that. Kill going over onto Lissandra. This mess of a fight is going, and it's going good for blue team. Caitlyn picks up that kill. They're going to focus down this turret right now. There's the clairvoyance to scout out any of the opposing members, but there's no one there. The calling comes out to whittle down the enemy team, but great pickup for blue team
There
to
we
get
go.
2-for-nothing
Like
exchange.
we call it, there's that 5v5 going on at bot now. Yeah, that's that wombo combo coming out from blue team as well, like we called it. That's basically their win condition. You saw right there the power of that. Like
And they've caught up. Look at the gold. It's
Yeah.
dead even now.
It's kind of like Janna's ultimate there kind of acted like Fiora's ultimate, where it like just healed everybody. Like everyone just had like 2 lives worth of health basically.
Yeah, and what really changed that fight is Orianna got absolutely focused in the beginning, and I think the heal coming out from Caitlyn and the shield from Orianna and the shield from Janna really kept Orianna alive, and that's really crucial because without Orianna, that would have been an absolutely one-sided fight for Red Team.
They definitely committed everything they had to the Orianna, and as long as Orianna's still alive, when you have a champion that has a heal or a shield, then they're relevant in teamfight if you don't quite finish them off because they can shield their teammates still.
Yeah.
And Orianna's, some people don't notice, but Orianna's shield actually gives you resists. Not only does it give you like a shield. Yeah.
Looks like now blue team should have the upper hand as far as vision control is concerned. They do have the momentum and the confidence to move around the river as they please. Ultimate comes out from Caitlyn, poking down the Lissandra. She's just going to chug a couple potions and a couple biscuits.
Yeah.
You know what I think has really been lackluster for SoJaded's team? And I'll be honest with you. We saw one game. We're seeing the second. I got to say Poppy's kind of just on the lackluster side. Maybe you need another jungle. Maybe you need somebody with a different kit. I don't think Poppy's just really working out for them. And this Poppy player presses R once. She doesn't hold it. She doesn't let it sit so that the disengage is long term. She just hits it right away, and it's not as impactful.
I think that it's hard for Poppy's life this game because like Orianna was farming so far back in her lane, and it's really hard to gank Janna Caitlyn lane as well. So the only lane that she really could have ganked was the Malphite lane, right? And it didn't really pay off in the end because he was playing really safe, and he only managed to get Darius like 1 kill and a couple assists. Yeah, I mean they got the tower in the end, but that just made them group, and they're stronger when they're group as group.
Oh, huge ultimate from Orianna. Sorry if I jump started your hearts a little bit there, but
Gave me a heart attack.
that was a phenomenal ultimate that just kind of whittled them down a little bit. And the ultimate's already 3/4 back up, so
they have really good poke on blue team actually. Yeah, with them being super low, they might even threaten the dive here.
Malphite just needs to look for a good ultimate. I think he's looking for it now. He's stepping really close. So is Soang. He's looking for it. He's at the front. Double vision. Does he have enough vision for a good unstoppable force? They decide to recall, and this will give them a good amount of time to pressure the turret, but they opt in for the dragon. I think they're split. Rek'Sai goes to take the dragon while the rest of the team pressures that mid lane. Lucian, Darius, and Lissandra had recalled, and this will give them the opportunity, blue team rather, to whittle down this turret.
If they're all healed up and Orianna doesn't have shockwave,
this is the ultimate for
they
Leona that
fight
they
right
need to
here.
take. They go in onto Janna, but they back off. Rek'Sai is still doing dragon. The turret is at nearly full HP for the blue team. Rek'Sai has taken the dragon, so now they have that 5% attack damage and ability power boost. Not that it means a whole lot. But Lucian goes to the side lane. This middle lane tango is doing absolutely nothing for both
blue team
teams.
does see that Lucian is at the bot side now, so they might threaten to dive right here.
Oh, baby, the ultimate from Malphite, unstoppable force, but Poppy
Shockwave
knocks
here.
him. Oh my god, the beautiful shockwave. And Bracy on a killing spree gets the pickup onto Leona. And Lissandra makes it out scot-free, but not without the price of Leona.
There you go. Basically, like, Rek'Sai and Malphite are not taking damage from these turrets anymore. Because they have Janna and Orianna shielding them. Like, they have so much armor. And when since Orianna's things gives resist... Oh, wait. Okay, so yeah, Orianna's things gives resist, which Malphite just makes him do more damage, basically. Since he gets damage from his armor. I don't think it's wise for red team to defend this anymore. I think they should pressure the sideways.
Side lane, for sure. They don't have the manpower, they don't have the resources, and the HP of the turret is falling dangerously low. And these guys are at full HP. The shockwave's almost back up. Unstoppable Force will be back up in about, you know, half a minute or a minute or so. And
like
Kalen's also doing work here. Oh, but the huge ultimate, they get their focus onto Rek'Sai. The knockup comes out. Leona connects. Here's the easy E. Gets the shutdown onto Rek'Sai. Monsoon disrupting the fight. But is that enough? No, it ain't. SoJaded picks up Savage. He's going to continue the chase, but will they be able to dive the turret? Not entirely. Kalen continues the chase, but not going to be able to finish off Leona there.
Back up.
They're looking for something else. Unstoppable Force will be back up in about 26 seconds. But I think they should just recall and regroup, re-strategize, rethink. They overstayed their welcome, and
yeah, this game is just looking like an ARAM right now. Honestly, like every team, both teams have all their teleports up again. Rek'Sai has his ultimate. Rek'Sai just used his ultimate. Yeah, it looks like they're just gonna go back to playing standard. I think blue team needs to get the red team top lane tower soon, so that it stops sending minions so far.
And you know, that's really the problem. Oh, Leona bites off a little bit more than she can chew. The rest of the team has arrived. Lil P Savage off in the wings, taking a little bit of damage from Lissandra. But I was going to mention that's the problem with having Malphite having to decide whether he wants to be in the side lanes or he wants to group. You should have somebody like Rek'Sai, maybe split push. I know that sounds terrible, but I mean, it's a possibility. But Malphite does have his TP back up, so he might be able to do something. Sowing in a little bit of trouble. The chain does connect. Lissandra picks up the kill onto Janna, but huge ultimate comes out from InsertNameHere. They've got 2 kills. Will they get 3? Will they get 4? Double vision, Unstoppable Force cleaning up the fight. That's a 4 for 1 exchange. And I'm sorry if my voice clipped there, but that was a phenomenal play.
Absolutely, like, great play from the Kalen and the Orianna. I think they both know that if you have like a double threat, then it's going to be hard for the enemy team, because the enemy team is trying to like pick off one person. They're just trying to throw their body. You saw that Leona, you saw that Lissandra trying to like remove somebody from the team. But then InsertName backed them up, and they overcommitted to it. They had the Orianna shield and the Janna shield. That's like 1,000 free health right there. And then when they overcommitted and they all grew right under the tower, then Orianna got that big shot.
Yeah, and I think what really is the problem here is that the rest of the team are calling the shots, and it's not SoJaded. I mean, you can tell if SoJaded is calling the shots, and you can tell if he isn't. With Leona and Lissandra deciding to go in and not really knowing what to do under turret, it's causing a lot of stress for SoJaded. He's 2-0-3, doing fine, but he's not doing as fine as he could be, because now both teams are kind of neck and neck. But I feel like blue team is playing a lot stronger as a unit, and red team is kind of playing like this disorganized solo queue team, which is what this tournament is about. But blue team has been playing like a unit throughout the entire tournament.
Absolutely. I think there's a lot of... oh, they're going for a desperate Baron play actually on red team.
Oh my goodness. Rek'Sai smells it out, and she's kind of like in a little bit of a wrong place at the wrong time. The knockup does come out. Huge ultimate from Leona, going to slow down the Rek'Sai. But here comes the flash. Not exactly sure where that was going. InsertNameHere in a little bit of trouble. Uses the Zanyas, but double vision. And just kind of have to watch his comrade die there. And that Baron actually turned out to benefit them right now. You know, they got 2 of the main players off the table. I know Rek'Sai, huge participation, able to help out so much. InsertNameHere, the main enchilada, the main slice of cheese, and now they're stuck eating cheese pizza. You know, it's tough, and red team will be able to capitalize on this, hopefully by getting a turret. If not, Rek'Sai will just ult back to lane. Janna can shield these turrets. They might be able to survive, but I don't know. We'll have to see.
I think insert name here kind of got baited.
Somebody flashed.
Yeah.
It was Leona. Leona flashed.
I think somebody. Yeah, I think insert name here kind of got baited by his team. And
Yeah.
I think like his mindset and his playstyle is just like he kind of like understands how people think. I feel like that's his playstyle like that. Like he knows when people are going to get thirsty. He kind of read it. And then when they do get thirsty, he's ready for it. He's ready to just throw that shockwave. He's just ready to slap their face like, "What do you think you're doing, bro?"
Yeah, and you know, if Malphite had his ult available and if he had ulted in, do you think they might have been able to turn that around? Probably not, but I mean, they were all grouped, right? They were all very, very grouped. So
I think Red Team's focus is actually kind of off. Oh, there we go. We might go for a dive here, actually.
Ooh, Jukes coming out from Lissandra. Got Nikes on her feet, specifically the 6.0 SBs. Oh, baby. Rek'Sai in a little bit of trouble. Not going to be able to knock anybody out, but Janna peeling what she can.
Caitlin's out of mana.
That's true. She doesn't really need it for this fight if Malphite and Orianna land some great combinations. But both teams are kind of just back and forth. They decide to recall. This might be a great opportunity for Red Team to regain some Baron vision as Blue Team retreats back into their jungle.
Look at the vision.
It's insane, right?
Blue has on,
yeah,
yeah, like it's just everywhere. Some of it's overlapping actually, but one of the things about the great thing about insert name here dominating mid is the only magic damage that Red Team has is the Lissandra, and since she got behind, Malphite can just go straight like armor and damage basically. So it's like it's not just a double threat team now. It's like even Red Side's threats. It's like they have 4 people that is a threat. They don't really know who to focus. I feel like the focus on Red Team is a little off actually.
Well, that's what I mean, right? They're playing a little bit like a solo queue team. They're kind of having trouble still building their chemistry, even though they've had a lot of time to play together. We've got a really tense moment here, guys. Both teams are kind of fighting around the Dragon Pit. Who will pull the trigger first? Looks like Blue Team's able to fend off the Red Team, but if Lissandra gets a great flank, she can pick off the back line. Blue Team knows that, so they kind of retreat back to the mid lane. They could let Red Team have this Dragon and then just push down the mid lane, but I think Orianna's just trying to create some pressure, right? Clears up the mid lane wave and heads back to Dragon, right? Great play. However, Scuttle Crab going over to the red side, so they're not going to be able to do anything without the other team knowing. Rek'Sai, they're going to catch them out of position.
The thing about rotations like this is Orianna has such good zone control. She can. Oh, Leona just whiffed the ult to the side. I don't even know what happened. Probably misclick.
This is tough.
Yeah, this is tough. Really unfortunate. But the thing about Orianna is, if they catch off Red Team with a bad rotation, like Orianna can just leave a ball there and the whole team cannot go through there anymore. Or also just get wombos like that. They just walk into a wombo like this. Okay, yeah, they see the word here. They're trying to catch Red Team off on a bad rotation. Looks like if they try to clear the wave that Red Team has created, actually, then Red Team can go for Baron or something like that. That's a strategy they call like creating a slow push. Basically, someone on your team has to lose a wave, and then the other team can get pressure somewhere else. Yeah, now they're gonna clear the wards that that Blue Team has here.
I don't know. They're really getting some defensive wards in for what? For no reason. The Blue Team's not going to be there anytime soon. You see Caitlyn and Janna in the bot lane, and yet you're still letting this Baron vision. They probably don't know that it's there, but I mean, you didn't even check. I think Red Team's playing a little bit too defensively right now, and they need to up the ante a little bit if they want to create some picks. Right? If you're getting defensive wards in, what does that tell about your playstyle right now? It looks like it means that you're trying to get Blue Team to make a mistake, but they haven't. They haven't really made too many mistakes. The only time that they have
was that one mid fight.
Yeah, exactly. And that's because they overstayed their welcome and they were a little bit too cocky, which is understandable. It's solo queue, it's Toronto, people got big egos. But in this particular case, if you want to make it out of this quarterfinal, you have to lay your cards out on the table.
A lot of magic was just coming out for the Red Team. I think it actually wouldn't be a bad idea for Malphite to go for an Abyssal Scepter, actually. I think the Orianna should go for a Void Staff. But with all the magic resist coming out for Red Team, I think there's makes so much more room.
Ooh, Void Staff picked up, just like you called it.
Because Orianna has really high base damage. It scales decently well, but Void Staff is definitely like something we get a second item on her actually. Oh, they're going for the sneaky play over here. Here we go.
Oh, the Clairvoyance, one of the greatest trinkets out right now. People seem to be using it to great effect because if you're denied vision, clairvoyance seems to be your best friend, and in this particular case, it really saved them from, you know, a bad time.
I haven't noticed Caitlyn actually putting down her traps, or has she even leveled up a point in her W?
Let's take a look. Is this the Forgiven of Toronto? Yes, there's 1 point, but that's the mandatory point that you have to put in at some point.
Yeah. So one of the things that Caitlyn's are so amazing at Baron is that they can just make a wall of snares.
Gonna have to put that on pause as Leona flashes out of the way. Huge ultimate comes out from Malphite. They're gonna continue the knock-up train onto Poppy, but Darius is in the back line doing what he can onto Caitlyn, but he's not gonna finish her off. Rek'Sai falls dangerously low. They don't have the CC anymore to fight. This is Red Team's fight to fight. Ooh, ultimate dodged by Lissandra. They're going to continue the chase. Rooted. Lissandra roots the enemy team. Soeng doing what he can. The body block. Huge body block. Going to get the double kill. And that's going to be a fight that Red Team deserves to win.
It was a really bad time for Caitlyn to ult there.
For sure.
Like, they almost had it again because they
were peeling back, right?
Yeah,
they were kiting
back. Every time they were so close to killing somebody, they had a heal or they had a shield. Or, yeah, like a shield from Orianna or a shield from Janna or Janna's ultimate.
Or a flash or something, right?
Something like that. Like,
wow. But like I said, they pulled the trigger on a lot of players, but Darius was in the back line being annoying to Caitlyn and Orianna, which allowed the CC not to chain, right? They got the knock-up from Unstoppable Force, but after that, they really didn't have a whole lot. Right? Because Darius was able to be such an annoyance in the back line, that's what they need to do if they want to win these team fights. They need to have separated fights. But I mean, I don't think Blue Team will let Darius do that again.
If they have that fight kind of felt like there was a little bit of fights everywhere. There was like Darius that was like 1v3ing at the back, and then there was like the tanks on Blue Team that were fighting like the carries of Red Team.
Yeah.
So like that. And Blue Team, they were just like taking free damage while they were running away from Red Side. It's just like. Yeah, because Darius is like slightly tankier. Like, he could withstand a little bit more, I feel like.
Yeah, and he's got Sterex, right? So he's going to be getting.
He kind of wants to be hit, so he gets more damage in the end.
Yeah, exactly. Now, what I was going to talk about before, you know, we were so rudely interrupted by a team fight, is I think that InsertNameHere has the ability to carry. Like, we're really looking at him to carry the team, but I don't think that Lucian in this particular game has the tools to carry. There's just so many things preventing him from doing damage to the opposing team, right? There's shields, there's disengage, there's the wombo combo that comes up. It's tough. Ooh, they're gonna get lots of damage onto Renan's here. The rest of the team is not here. They get the knock up, but the ultimate onto herself. The rest of the team is collapsing. The Zhonya's, she's buying so much time for her team. The root onto both players. Here's the ultimate from Leona. Huge, but doesn't miss, and misses quite a lot of people. Malphite gets knocked into the wall, but the Monsoon's going to keep him alive. The culling almost finishes off Janna, but it's not going to be enough. Leona gets the tickle and the pickle, but Malphite uses Unstoppable Force onto Leona. That's not who you want, but huge ultimate and the knock-up, but it's not going to be enough. Darius is in the back line, cleans up the shop, and he gets the double kill. Gosh. It's huge right now, and unfortunately, Blue Team had the CC, had the tools, but they just didn't have the right fight. Red Team wins that clean and clear. Oh my goodness.
Like, it was looking good because they got the catch off, but they definitely spent so much. Like, oh my god. And the positioning was just so off. Lissandra definitely buying a lot of time there for Red Team to capitalize on Blue's mistake. I guess maybe they didn't expect Lissandra to like take it. Like, I didn't even expect it to take that long to kill Lissandra.
Yeah, for sure. And the fact that she was able to root a lot of the enemy players on the... Oh my goodness. This just sucks. But here, one more. No.
Actually.
Oh, this is dicey. This is dicey.
They're going in.
This is dicey. There's one kill. Where's the second?
It.
Here comes Rek'Sai with the knock-up. Will he be able to take it down? Will she? Sorry about that shutdown going over. And he takes the Baron! He takes the Baron! And Lissandra cleans up the Rek'Sai, but that's 3 members on blue side that have the Baron buff. And they're going to continue to chase. The exhaust comes out. There's the Howling Gale. There's the Pigeon. They can end the game here. They've got the kill onto Leona. No flash. Oh, flash is available, but doesn't opt in to use it. And they're pinging out the turret. Darius is still low and hasn't recalled yet too much. Oh my goodness, this game. They're pinging out the top side, but it doesn't matter at this point. They can get an inhibitor off this. They might be able to end the game, but I think Lissandra has her ultimate. She has flash. Zanya's available.
Yeah.
She will be able to stall this out. She is the king of. She's the queen of stalling. But this is good for blue team. They were kind of lacking that moment. No.
They didn't commit to the.
No!
I think they could have gotten it, and even if something bad did happen, Janna still could have ulted.
What are you doing?
They're just trying to get the dragon, I guess. They're
like totally worth it. Dragon over inhibitor. Like how many times do I choose dragon over inhibitor? Every time.
Kaylin should be putting. I think Kaylin should be putting her traps where they would come from if they ever contested any objective. Like this little pathway above dragon pit right here.
I don't know. I'm disappointed. That was an inhibitor with their name on it. It had their label. It had the copyright symbol. It had insert name here 2016. It had everything, but they didn't take it. They didn't take it.
It was good on blue team making the most of any advantage they get. They got as much vision as they could inside of red team's jungle and stuff like that.
Oh my god. I will say this though. This has been quite the treat. This quarterfinals.
It's definitely been like a seesaw. Like it's just going back and forth, honestly.
And that is what we love to see here at Solo Q Legends. We are in the quarterfinals right now. Insert name here up against SoJaded. And so far, both teams are kind of neck and neck. The gold is even. Dragons, lopsided, but that's not to be confused with a lopsided tower advantage. Both teams are kind of back and forth.
You know, one of the things, even though red might be winning some of these fights, like if they ever did win a fight, their sieging is so like not good. They have to like go for a dive. But like, yeah, they have to go for a dive. But diving on blue team is so hard because Orianna and Janna, they just like get out of my face.
Yeah, and I think the fact that Darius has been able to get to the back line in some of these cases is phenomenal. A Darius of all players, like getting to the back line is crazy.
He doesn't even have Dead Man's Plate right now.
Yeah, and he's like getting there somehow, some way. I think his flanking has been top notch.
In that last fight, Darius pretty much 1v3 actually. Like he heals up and then he just takes up so much.
Ooh, they have one clairvoyance available on SoJaded. But I don't think...
I think they called it, actually. I think they know.
I think they know, too. Oh, you know what? They saw on that ward.
Oh, right,
they saw on that ward. They know that they're there. They've got the vision on all sides.
Really
if blue team decides to walk out, they're going...
oh,
my God.
The minions are going to stop their recall, too.
Oh, my God. Well, they're not. They can go for a base race here. They can just get the inhibitor and get out. I mean, I don't think... No! What are you doing? No!
Holy. Yo, if they got caught out because of that, I would have gotten tilted.
Oh my God! And they're rotating for this bottom turret.
Yeah.
Insert name here is a captain of the ages, ladies and gentlemen. He is the Sun Tzu of Toronto. Look at this. They're recalling right now, and they're pushing in this bottom lane turret. They've got the.
How does the coach of UFT get out rotated? That's.
You know what? I don't think it's that. I don't think it's the fact that I think SoJaded just. Oh baby, Abrasi in a little bit of trouble, but here comes the tunnel, and he's trying to get the underground railway set up, and he's a-okay. I think it's not the fact that SoJaded can't coach this team. I just think that his team, like I said, blue team is playing like a phenomenal unit. They all understand what their roles are, and they're all doing exactly what they need to do in each situation. Whereas red team is playing a little bit more like a solo queue style, and that's why they're able to get the better of blue team in some of these situations, is because blue team is playing like Mewtwo King. Too phenomenal, too clean, but there's always room for mistakes. There's always room for mistakes. And red team, solo queue always capitalizes on mistakes, and that's why they're able to win some of these team fights. Whew! What a game.
It's unfortunate that actually I think at this point in the game, Orianna should sell her Athene's Unholy Grail and get her Morellos, because Darius is like, he heals so much. You need the.
It's true. It's true.
It's basically one of the things that's like.
And if Orianna is consistently dealing with this Darius in the back line, she needs some kind of tool to deal with it, right? He has no MR. Like one boot. He has a shoe. And you know, we are being fed some information from our producer from the right wing. Roger now Rylai's on Orianna. What are your thoughts, Zate?
I think Rylai's wouldn't actually be such a bad idea. I mean, if you ever fight in a long corridor, like the one right on the other side
Like
of
the one that they
Wolf,
lost in.
yeah,
The one that they lost
the
in.
one that they lost in, yeah, it'll let you shred Darius before the other team can catch up, basically. Like, you'll just keep cutting Darius and stuff like that. I also think Kaylin needs to like be using her traps better. Like, she should put up like a line of traps when they're fighting in narrow corridors.
Yeah.
And stuff like
Ooh,
that, or a
Culling
wall.
comes out. Oh, Abrasi in a little bit of trouble. Here comes the root. It's not going to be enough. And they both disengage. Clean. Clean. Like 5 o'clock shadow gone. I think both teams are kind of just trying to wiggle their way into some kind of opportunity.
We might see a Dignitas again, because they're not using they're like, with their mid pressure, they're having Lissandra push it, and then she can teleport in when they are going to contest for it.
Yeah.
But
you know what? I think the problem here is that blue team doesn't have enough vision in the red team's jungle. They've got very defensive wards along the side, but that's not enough to see if Lissandra is rotating. You see Lissandra's rotating right now. The ultimate does whiff from Poppy, so they're not going to be able to capitalize on it.
that's a big ult in a team
It's
fight.
huge, yeah. And it's not going to be up for a while, so they're going to have to turtle this one out. And the mid wave is pushing in.
Yeah, Lissandra gave up on defending that. They need all 4 people here now. And their wave clear is actually pretty poor from
Traps.
red side. Yeah, there we
He's
go.
listening.
There we go.
He's listening. He or she is listening. Let's be correct here, people. Oof.
Yeah, so basically the only way that red team can clear the waves is that because they're all melee, right? They have to walk to the wave to block it. But while they're walking to the wave and trying to clear the wave, they'll just take free damage from Caitlyn and Orianna and stuff like that.
Oh, baby, the hook comes out from Darius, but will that be enough? Huge ultimate comes out from Malphite, but will that be enough? There's not enough people for a good shockwave, but he's going to continue the fight. Huge monsoon that's going to get 2 people into the shockwave. They're going to get the shutdown onto Darius. Lissandra has a huge ultimate, but it's not enough. They clean that one up, and that was a beautiful fight coming out from blue team, and that's exactly what they needed to. They found the opportunity. They seized it. They're going to push down the mid lane because they don't need anything else. They can end the game here. And, you know, without Poppy having that ult, they just
I was
went in,
scared
right?
for a little second. And, like, the Malphite went in on a perfect ult. But I was
there was
like,
nothing happening, right?
Like, Orianna, like, where's the Orianna?
Where's the Orianna?
On,
no, and what really saved it, oh, baby, SoJaded getting shut down by insert name here. What really saved that fight was the fact that Janna flash monsoon 4 members into a little tight crevice. And then Caitlyn and Orianna, they were all able to capitalize on such a clean fight. And I must say, that was quite the quarterfinals there. Oh my goodness. I just want to take a quick look at the damage to see if this computer will
It's also
will work.
really, really smart of, like, every time someone got CC'd, I don't know if like, some people might not have saw it, but Kaylin was dropping the traps down every time anybody got CC'd. So they were, like, stunned for, like, they're like, how come I'm stunned for so long? But they didn't notice that Kaylin was dropping the traps right under. Like, when Lissandra ulted herself, you put a trap right there.
One point before we wrap this up and move on to the next quarterfinal or semifinal. Caitlyn and Orianna did tons of damage for their team, whereas the main breadwinner of the red team family, who was the only source of income, was Lucian, doing most of the damage, but Lissandra, in a close second, was not doing enough. And I think maybe that's what red team lacked, was damage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they had the CC, but they just didn't use it properly.
Yeah, there wasn't any, like, there wasn't any magic damage coming from red team either. Like, Malfoy could just go off. He could he could be super tanky. And, like, if Lucian's the only one fed, he doesn't care. He's not going to take any damage from Lucian. He can just be in his face. And since he just builds armor, he gets damage because he builds armor.
Yeah.
That's Malphite.
Well, we will continue our coverage of the Solo Queue Legends 4 tournament, moving on to the next quarterfinal match or semifinal match, whatever's been prepared for us. But don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back with some more League of Legends.